I got a message from work the other day that there was a rather whistle-shaped package waiting for me.
Whoa. More than one, it seems. Oh, look at that. Gold-plated head. This one says gold-plated head. You right? The folks from Compass Whistles reached out about a month or so ago asking if I'd be interested in trying the new instruments that they're bringing on the market. They're new to the scene, and of course my answer is yes, please. I'm always curious to try anything new that's coming out. I wasn't expecting to get 6 whistles, though. That's extremely generous, and it's going to give me a lot of stuff to play with here, which I'm very much looking forward to. The main question, though, that I'm looking to answer is how does it compare with the John Sint whistle, the originator of this particular breed of instruments? And I believe this one here is a B-flat, which is the John Sint whistle that I've got. So I should be able to do a pretty good apples-to-apples comparison, but I'm also going to be interested in the other keys, the balance, the weight, how do they compare with other similar styles, so lots to break down. Well, it's got a really nice, soft, balanced sound between the 2 octaves. That's hopefully one thing you're expecting probably out of this particular range, a little bit more mellow than the bright, shrill D. We'll see how that sounds in just a second. But let's do a quick comparison now with the original John Sint. Slightly different sound, I think. The Sint's got a bit more clarity to it, whereas I think the Compass has a bit more of that breathiness that you'd get out of maybe, say, the original Clark whistle. But, to be clear, equally as efficient, I would say, which is important to, well, to me anyway. Speaking of balance, this whistle does indeed improve upon the John Sint balance bug, as I like to call it. May not be a concern for you, but John Sints are traditionally very top-heavy, and it feels like the Compass has sort of mitigated that, probably by making the barrel of the whistle a bit heavier, I guess. We're going to do a quick comparison on the weight as well. That's how other companies have dealt with it. It feels like it's a bit more sturdy, I guess, because of that. Let's see how that balance applies on the D whistle here. Yeah, I would say probably, there we go, pretty similar to probably the Wild. The balance point of the Wild, improved over the Sint, I would say. See how the sound is here. But it's got a nice bit of brightness to it. Still, I would say good volume out of the lower octave. Balance-wise there, the volume difference between the upper and the lower octave, not quite as balanced, I would say, as the B whistle, or the B flat rather, but still got a lot of punch on the low octave here. Yeah, you can really kind of rip some of those notes out of there. A couple of different color options. If you check out the website, you can see what different choices you can get out of that. They were nice enough to send me this green one here, which, incidentally, I'll be giving away. More on that at the end of the video. Doesn't seem to make any difference in terms of the tone. I would expect nothing less. Yeah, sounds great, looks nice. As usual, we'll do the non-scientific tuning check just to make sure we're in decent shape there. octave solid. Ooh, yeah. Still get shrill in that second octave. But yeah, in tune, I've pulled the head joint out just a bit. You can see kind of where it meets up. You got some room to push it around, intonation-wise, which is good, but it's in tune with itself. That's the important part. You get some good punch out of those crayons there, both in the bottom octave and in the first octave. That's good. It's got a good consistent airflow, I would say, between those two octaves. So you don't really have a lot of surprises. You don't have to compensate for specific bits and pieces of the scale, which is nice. Not impossible to overcome, but nice when you don't really have to think too hard about it, I guess. With some of these other keyed whistles, I can foresee some interesting comparison videos. Like this is an E flat. I don't play a lot of E flat because my fingers kind of jam up, but it's got a really nice bright sound. I've got a couple of other E flats, so I could do some interesting comparisons with that. Same thing with the C whistle. I've got a fair few of those actually, so that might be an interesting one. And then this on the end is an A whistle. That was kind of the one that I was starting with. Got a couple of those that might be interesting to compare. But I do want to do a quick weight comparison between the two B flats, the original synth and the new compass here, so I can see if I'm right about them adjusting the balance based on weight. And I think I am. Let's see. So what we've got here on the compass, this is 145.4 grams. 145.4. The John Synth, yes, 99.7. So about 50% heavier, which again is how they sorted out the balance problem. So that makes sense. And it fits well. It feels very, very comfortable. It feels evenly distributed, which is kind of the whole point. If you're interested in getting in on the giveaway drawing for this lovely green Compass D whistle, you got to do a couple of things. Number one is have a bit of patience, because I am actually headed to Ireland shortly. Number two is subscribe to my channel if you're not already. If you are, thank you. Always appreciated. Number three, give me the thumbs up. Hit this video with a like. And number four, leave a comment on where you think I ought to go in Ireland. If you've got a place that you really particularly like, or you would like to go yourself if you were headed there, or maybe where you're from, by all means, leave me that information. If it's worth checking out, leave a spot down below. Just give me some ideas for where I need to head. So details are in the description below. Good luck. And thanks very much for watching, and thanks a million to Compass for shipping all these whistles. Give me a lot of cool stuff to play with here, and I'm looking forward to it. Congratulations on a really nice whistle. Cheers.